Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? Can y'all hear me? Can you see me? Turn on your I say turn on your computer, but turn on your cameras. What's going on, everybody? Morning, or afternoon. Morning. What's going on, everybody? Can y'all hear me? Can you see me?
We can hear you and see you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good to see all my peeps back. Well, if you can, turn on your cameras. This is our VIP portion. So I got to see you. You can't just see me. I see Barbara, you trying over there, Barbara. I see. It says like it's blurred out, like camera says like camera not working or something. And I see Monique. It says yours is connecting to audio. This technology can be a beast.
Just speak.
But yeah, I definitely see you trying.
Not available. We detect the camera is being used by trying
Yeah.
closing Logitech camera and then restart Logitech capture.
Okay. Yeah, I see you trying. Yeah, just running those tests. I'm sure you'll get it, Barbara. I see it's trying over there. All right, but also everyone else, turn on your cameras. Welcome to the session, to our VIP portion of the session, and I'm excited. We're here for day 2. So, hey guys, do me a favor. Turn on your cameras. Uh, I need to see you. I need to see you. You can't do a VIP session without being able to see you. So, welcome back. And are you guys able to see me and hear me? Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, cool. I'm making sure you guys can see me. All right. So, welcome. Hopefully you enjoyed day 1. It was pretty cool, pretty awesome. Hopefully you guys got a chance to check out the additional training we sent you last night as well. And today, we're diving into day 2. But what we'll do first is our VIP portion. And so what we want to do is we will go through and I would take on any questions that you may have. It could be about what we covered yesterday, right? So now you guys have some homework. So hopefully you did your homework. It could be about what we covered yesterday. It could be over the homework, anything like that, or it could be anything in general, business, marketing, business, sales, leadership, the kingdom, whatever related as well. So the only requirement for you to ask a question is to turn on your camera because I have to see who I'm talking to. Because imagine if I'm here and I'm talking to you like this, it's kind of impersonal, right? So since the VIP, oh, okay, you at work, Melissa? Okay, awesome. Uh, yeah, but those of us not at work, definitely turn on our cameras or definitely try to get that Zoom thing figured out. But so Melissa, if you have a question, you can just type it in the chat then, or I don't know if you can even talk at work. You can type it in the chat and I can answer your question here. And also there's a reminder, you guys, the replays from yesterday is up in the training portion. We have the 𝐂𝐻𝐸𝐻 Success Academy training portion site. If you log in there, you'll be able to see you see a section that says the challenge plus the extra bonuses are in there for you as well. You'll be able to see all that when you guys log into the membership training site as well. So with that being said, how's everybody doing? Everybody doing good? Doing good, Monique? All right. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So awesome. So let's do that. And I might probably have some because I've always got some additional nuggets to share with you as well. But what we do first, we'll go through and see are there any questions, or I take a question. Melissa, did you have a question? I know you're at work, but if so, you feel free to type it in the chat and I can answer it for you here. Okay. Oh, you put a lot there too. So let me read it. All right. Spent the last 20 years homeschooling and managing her career. You mean your career? Whose career in the entertainment industry is a singer-songwriter and actress? You? You talking about yourself, Melissa? That's awesome. We was in the music business too as an independent though. My wife and I was in the music business for about 12 years as independents. We was out in California at that time. But actress, that's awesome. Oh, your daughters. Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay. What's your daughter's name? Is she still active today? At this time in my life, I thought we'd be on tour. We decided that she does not want to be a touring musician for now. It's currently senior at university. Okay. Applying grad school, started company Harmony. I was okay, which I'm helping her with. Awesome. Have my own inspirations. I'm seeing real. All right. That's what the working. Okay. Oh, okay. 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 Awesome. Ashley Nicole Green. Awesome. Okay. Awesome. I appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, I had to. I have to look her up then. That's awesome. Well, good deal. Well, glad you're here. Glad you are here. And where you located again? Oh, okay. You do it. So you go. You both sides. Look at you. I love it. I love it. The West Side and the East Coast. Look at you. Love it. Well, awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, great. Well, let's do this. So who has questions? Again, it could be about what we covered yesterday in the general training. It could be about the homework. So hopefully you guys all did the homework. Again, I don't give you the homework for my benefit. It's really for your benefit to maximize this challenge and to push you. Like I said, this is a challenge. It's not, something to come here to hear good information. It's all about you taking the information, applying the information, and doing the work. It would be useless for me to just, give you great content and not have you apply it and take action. That's why it's called a challenge, to challenge you, right? So hopefully you all did the homework. I did see some posts. So if you have not done the homework, do it today. Don't just let the stuff get behind. All right. Or it could be anything in general about your business as well. So what questions do we have? And we'll go through. So you can unmute yourself. So we got a good intimate group here. There's also a feature here on Zoom where if you click like the react button, you should see a button that says react. And it has a button you can raise your hand. Also unmute yourself. Just make sure that your camera is on because I need to see who I'm talking to, unless you're at work like Melissa. All right. But if you're not at work, turn your camera on and pop up, show your face. All right. So, cool. What's the question?
Good day. It's Monique. I was thinking I did do the homework and I posted I did the video. I didn't get a chance to do, I don't have the book yet, but I still put, I was, anxious on receiving the book. My question was dealing with the what is it? I think it was dealing with you had us do the emotional one, so I did that and I posted that and I did that like a for Instagram. Like I wrote it up and then I put like tried to do like a carousel and posted on there as a carousel on Instagram. And then the other one I didn't post it, but I do have it and I was going to do that one as I think you said a post and then I did a story, but I didn't post the story yet. But I had those two. So in those, would I be doing those in person as well if I was talking to somebody, like doing a 20-minute call and also using it the same way I'm using it now for social media feeds in that way? Did I do that correct, or is it the best way to approach that? That's what I was stating for the two that you gave us to do, the emotional and the before and after story.
Okay. What's your Instagram? I want to take a look at it.
You're healthy, Mojo.
All right. So let's see. your healthy mojo, you said?
Yes.
All right, let's see. I love action takers. 𝐂𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐿, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Dr. Mojo of your healthy mojo. That's it? All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it's a longer name than that, but yeah.
Okay. So so is it the most recent? Is it one of the videos or is it the most recent?
I put it on the link and it should be, I don't have I need to get my phone. It should be, hold on, am I logged in right? It should be under, I don't know, look under story or, because I did put it up. It is on your Healthy Mojo. I wonder if it's on my personal account. I'm gonna look on my phone real quick, but I know I have it on Facebook. So let me see if I could do it here. Hold on.
Is it a video or a
Yeah,
post?
it's a post. Hold on, let me get my phone.
Your heart is okay. I see a story post. Oh, she left.
Let me see where it is because I saved it. Let me get here. Look, my Instagram. Let me see. The other one I didn't put up, but I said I'm gonna put it up.
Is it a story post or actual post?
It should have been an actual post. I posted it on my personal account. Let me see if it'll show up here. Go back. All right, and let me hit here. I'll do this thing. It is a post. It is a post. If you go into where I had to post that, yeah. Let me see something. Is this correct? No. It's posted as a reel. It's a reel.
It's a real? Okay.
Yeah.
Like
The first one.
right here?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So your heart has been carried so much, you've been carried for the man, unspoken prayer. It's easy for lose touch. Okay. And that's the one you okay. Oh, you did a multiple.
Yeah, I did. It was long, so I tried to get them all on there, but I think I
Okay.
should have made it even, longer, because some of it's stretched out too far
Yeah.
on there.
Okay. Yeah. That's you say you did like a carousel.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And well, this is good. The more you took action, so it's always good to take action. Look like you got 6 people already loved it, and you had I think 40 views on it so far. And so that's good. Number one, you took action. So congrats for that.
Thanks.
So and did you have a question on it?
I just wanted to know if I did the assignment right in regards to posting it, and I did post it to the Facebook group as well. It's on this.
Okay.
It is posted there.
Yeah. So and I'm curious. So you do is it like a natural health like healing? What
Yeah.
exactly do you do?
Yeah, the foundation is self-care because that's helped me a lot. Like my foundation to help me, it's the foundation and the backbone of the business. I do intuitive coaching, and then on those modalities where you hear them talking about like Reiki, sound healing, and in astrology, I do cardiology. So those are my 4, like the how of the business would be using those my modalities in the business part of it.
Okay. And so this one here would be the one I mentioned, creating emotional social media posts. So you wrote a post with time to
Yes.
emotion. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, that's good. So yeah, because I think yesterday we talked about post a video testimonial of my book. Second,
Yes.
post a video testimonial about the challenge.
I did
Then
those.
do this one here, and then create a
And
before and after
yeah, and I
story.
got the before and after story. I just didn't post it, but I did it
Okay.
story. So I did do that. So I'm gonna put that up.
Awesome.
Burning the midnight oil. So I apologize for my being tardy.
Oh no, that's awesome.
But I
That's
was
awesome. So yeah, no, this is good. So yeah, and so no, this is good. And did you do the public declaration and that right there? Did you do that one as well? The public declaration?
I'm
for
gonna
kind
finish that one. That'll be posted. Everything else will be posted today. I did the before and after, and that one I didn't finish. So I was just like, I'll make sure that I have that as well. Yeah.
okay. But all this is good. Yeah. So no, yep. So no, that's it. So yeah, definitely on the right track with that. So no, that's good.
All right. So I need to
And how often do you be posting to your it's like
Instagram.
Instagram? Is this Instagram your main like page, or you use
You
Facebook a lot?
know, it was at one time I was posting. I was one of those people like I was posting every day. Like I would go live every day for a while. I was going
Mm.
live for over, I'm gonna say for over a year. I was going
Oh
live
wow.
and Clubhouse and
Mm.
um, now I'm on Twitter or X. So I go live there once a week, and I have a X space called Self Care Saturdays. So I do that on Saturdays.
Mm.
Um, and the other stuff that I do with the newsletter, like you were saying, collecting the email lists, I do that. So I have a weekly newsletter, and I have a monthly webinar where we're doing what you're doing now. That's why I make sure that I make sure I get on camera, because I'm on camera with them when I
Mm.
do my thing on for the monthly webinar. And that's everything that I do. Most of the stuff is it is free. So I'm just, getting them. I'm learning, I guess, to get them to trust me. And I
Mm-hmm.
did get some people to buy my I did a course last year, and
Mm.
it was a 6 week course, and I rolled out the material using I use Notion. So, and then you can set up all your material on there, and I rolled it out weekly, and we met every Friday. So that went over well. Yeah, that went over well. So that's what I've been doing since then. So my platform now is, it still is Instagram, but I'm leaning more towards X, because I'm in it, like you have your community here. I'm in a community with other, they call them educators, or and we're working together. So I think what is it, the community, the village type
Mm.
concept, but
Yeah.
they've been supporting me with a lot on X. So I'm, that Saturday room is kind of, I have a nice sizable people that come in. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So for you, X is probably your best social media platform for you
Yeah.
get more traction and more
Or
exposure on that.
YouTube. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would recommend posting the same thing. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So that's the key thing. Like, and of course this go for everybody. Um, yeah, social media, you want to have, one platform where maybe you can maximize it the most and really, get good and build a following. But at the same time, you want to post stuff everywhere. Like we we repurpose my stuff everywhere. Like I got a podcast as well. And so like, of course I got a YouTube channel, because we got an IG, we got, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, TikTok, all those same things, right? So, of course, Facebook and all that stuff too, right? Meta, all these different names, all these companies, right? But the point is that, yeah, you want to LinkedIn, we do the post on LinkedIn, but so we repurpose my same content on all those different platforms. And of course, you get different responses, different traction on each one. But same time, you want to put everything, because you want to give that effect. The Bible says, God is omnipresent, right? And so He's everywhere, all at the same place at once, right? Well, you want to give that impression that your brand is omnipresent. So if someone pops up on X, they see you there. They pop up on Instagram, they can see you there. They pop up on YouTube, they see you there. They pop up on LinkedIn, they can see you there. Facebook, IG, right? All the main platforms where either your audience is, or where, potential business relationships could be coming from. So yeah, so the same stuff, like the homework you're doing here, post it on all those platforms. Regardless, if you're like, I don't have a big follow, it doesn't matter. It's just getting into that. Number one, it's getting into the habit of doing it, right? And begin to create again the presence of omnipresence. So that where, because here's a good nugget. There's a rule of thumb out there called the 7 7-11-4. And that's one of the benefits in VIP. How about this? It's called the 7-11-4. So everyone needs to be listening up. Everyone needs to be writing this down. If you want to begin to be perceived, it's one main method. It's one method. There's always numerous methods, but 7-11-4, that means that you want to show up at least 7 to 11 times on 4 different platforms in front of your ideal audience. Typically, it takes some people, now there's a method I'm gonna teach you on Friday that can have people want to do business with you way fast. I mean, literally in a week or less. I'll share with you more of that on Friday. But 7-11-4. So typically you want to show up 7 to 11 times in front of your ideal audience on 4 different places. So if your audience sees you on X and they happen to go to IG, they see it, they're like, huh, okay, Monique's over here too. Then they happen to go to Facebook and see it, huh, she's here too. It must be something to what she's doing, right? And then they happen to go to YouTube or something, or see you, or another platform. So what it does, it gives them the confidence that you are who you say you are, and they believe in you more and be like, oh, I think that she can help me solve my problem. So it's that perception of the 7-11-4 formula, where people will trust you more, begin to believe in you more, and believe you can actually help them solve their problems. So, but the key thing is 7 to 11 times, and the goal to be is on 4 different mediums. It could be 4 different social media platforms, but 4 different media. It could be a podcast, right? It doesn't have to necessarily be social media, but it could be X, it could be a podcast, it could be YouTube, and it could be another platform or something like that, right? But yeah, you want to have 4 different mediums to show up in front of your audience, and 7 to 11 times. If that happens, all of a sudden now you've created a new perception about yourself in your audience's mind, and they have much more confidence in you that you can actually help them solve their problem. Does that make sense? Awesome. Everyone get that? That's a nugget for everybody there. 7-11-4. You know, open 7-11, right? 7-11-4. So yeah, awesome. But yeah, you're doing a great job. Yeah, and you do it really good because you're rare. I have not met very many people who can do good with X Twitter, right? Even my experience, like I got Twitter, but it doesn't do much for my business. Like people, we'll post there again, we'll post, but as far as getting traction from it, that's rare, because most people I've seen get a lot of traction from X or Twitter, those already got celebrities, influencers, different stuff like that. It's very rare to see entrepreneurs, besides the big Elon Musk type entrepreneurs. Of course, he owns it now, but whatever. But so that's good. So yeah. So and it's funny, in each platform, including TikTok and all of them, has a different kind of audience and understand a different kind of way to consume content. So kudos to you. That's awesome. Yeah, that is awesome. So yeah, we actually got to start posting more of the X, because of all the platforms we post to, that's probably the least, because we do Twitter. I mean, we do LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, IG, TikTok on a consistent basis, but not as consistently on X. I have. So yeah, so that's awesome. Yeah, got another question?
Wanted to say with X, they've set it up now where you can go live, like on Instagram, and people
Mm-hmm.
are taking their shows, like you were saying, and streaming through multiple platforms. And I think it's just helped with me with the group that I'm in, and what they do. They've just been very supportive. Yeah.
Okay.
Lady that has
So
the group. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so you actually in a Twitter
Oh,
group.
oh, yeah. They're called the Edu So they do streaming across LinkedIn, like you said, and it kind of I want to do a show, but they stream across like LinkedIn, um, YouTube, and X. So you can go like have, do your podcast and be live and have like hundreds of people watching you at one time. So a lot of
Hmm.
people are doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. That's what we do. Yeah, I got this
Yeah.
tool. We can live stream. We can post on all the platforms at
Yes.
once.
So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
But I haven't added X to all. Like we'll post on YouTube, LinkedIn, IG. We did some stuff on TikTok, but the videos didn't come out as well. Going live on TikTok is not. But those others, of course, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, IG. But yeah, we'll just add my X account to that and see how it goes with that again. So like I said, I haven't used it as much. I probably haven't posted there in about three months. Be honest with you, but yeah, I just told my assistant right now I'm gonna start posting more on Twitter every day again. Same content we post everywhere else to put it out there because you just never know. So put it everywhere. Just build up their omnipresence. You can have one main platform. You can go like all in on, but put the content out everywhere and repurpose it. If you got a podcast, like we do, we have a YouTube video. Well, we strip the audio and turn it into a podcast and put it on my. If you go to the Chris Harrell show or the Kingdom Marketing Secrets with Chris Harrell on all your podcast apps, you get you'll see my podcast. So we're on all the major Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. So we got a podcast. So we just a lot of times strip our audio from our YouTube video. And then a lot of times we'll take some of our reels and strip the audio and put that on our podcast as well. Give people some shorts as well. So we do long form and short form. So that's something too. That's a nugget too. Repurpose your content. Repurpose your content. So even shorts and reels, you know, we can take a long form video and we got this AI tool where it'll break it all up and create shorts and reels for it. Then we'll take the audio from there and put that as well. So you have a long form podcast and you have the shorts as well. So it doesn't hurt to do, it may take a few more minutes, but it's worth it in the long run. Well, awesome, Monique. Congrats. All right. Hey, Barbara, you got your camera working. I see you now.
Yep, I Googled it enough that I finally figured it out.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad you was able to get that all figured out because I know it was getting kind of crazy over there.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How do you know when your niche is large enough?
Ooh. How do you
Is
know?
that an appropriate question for here?
Well, I'm probably going to ask you a question to define it even more. How do you know when your niche is large enough? Well, let me see. Oh, let me ask you this. Is your niche very competitive with other people who are selling similar things you selling or the same thing you're selling? Is it a highly competitive niche? Do you
Well,
have a lot of sellers like you?
let me tell you what my niche is, and then I'm not sure. I'm looking at Christian women 50 and up who want to increase their passive income for their retirement.
Okay, so basically, then you're be in the there are like three there are five so-called categories of niches, three main niches. Either going to be wealth, or relationships. So that's in that's in the wealth niche, money making, earning, you're growing, things of that nature. So yeah, so anything with that should be competitive. So you should be able to find now you said Christian women over 50 who want to do what again?
Increase their income for retirement.
Okay. So yeah. So what do you offer them, like a online affiliate programs or
Yes, I have an affiliate program. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, so it's definitely it's a viable niche. It's large. I have a peer of mine. I used to be in the business with him about 10 years ago. And it's funny, I met now 2012, that's 12 years ago. And he was getting started in that particular niche of teaching affiliate marketing. Now he went on to done like 8 figures in that niche, and that's all he focuses on is teaching people how to get into affiliate marketing. So I can tell you there's some firsthand knowledge and experience. So yeah, that's a very viable niche. It's a very big niche, and you already fine tuned it, as well. You're not just targeting anybody who want to make money online. Anybody's so yeah. So 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 yeah, so definitely a viable. Now, when you sub niche it, it's always going to get smaller, but that necessarily doesn't make it a bad thing. When you say Christian women over 50, that's sub niche and then making it more specific, which is good. So yeah, so to answer your question, that can be a viable niche. Because broad wise, it's definitely a niche. Just to say people looking to make money until increase their
Right.
retirement. That's a niche. And then of course other niche now is more personalized on the psychographic and the demographic of your particular audience. So yeah. Do you have go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Sorry. How would I best market? How would I best find those women?
Well, do what you're doing now. You're saying it's challenge, and some of the things I can share with you, do it as well. But if it come down to ask himself, I'm going to touch on today in today's lesson. A lot of times it's your language and messaging. So if it's women over 50 who, you say Christian women over 50, well, how do Christian women over 50 talk? Uh, what do they do? What do they look for? What do they read? Where do they hang out at? What are their pain points? What are their challenges? What are the desired outcomes? Those things when you take a deeper dive into the demographics and more important, the psychographics, because demographics is more superficial on an external. The psychographics is more internal. And so, so as long as you're doing that and you calling them out with the messaging and languaging, it's kind of like we call it a dog whistle. And by using a dog whistle, the thing with a dog whistle is, it's silent to humans, because of the frequency of it is so high that but dogs can hear it. Well, when you do a call out to a particular niche of people, you're using a dog whistle as well. So a dog whistle could be something simple. Attention Christian women over 50. That's a dog whistle, because the way I picture a dog whistle is if I'm at a conference and it's 5,000 people in a room, right? And you got everybody in there, all kinds of different niches, all kinds of different entrepreneurs and business owners, from attorneys, doctors, chiropractors, you name it, online entrepreneurs, all kinds of different types of business owners, entrepreneurs in there selling everything. Well, if I want to reach a specific person or people in this group of people, or 5,000 people, it's to my best interest to use a dog whistle, because I got too many different kinds of people. I got a whole pot of gumbo in the niche. So say if I want to target attorneys, but if I'm in a conference event, I will hop on, hey, attention all attorneys, I want to get more in detail. Attention all family law attorneys, or all injury attorneys. I mean, I guarantee you, if you were having a conversation with an attorney or an injury, attorney or family law attorney, and they hear that dog whistle, they will stop dead in their tracks and say, "Oh, excuse me, Barbara's talking to me," because that's a trigger. That's also called an egoic label. See, we all have egoic labels. Egoic labels are labels that we can identify ourselves as with our ego, that matches up to our ego. It's in our subconscious. For example, I'm a father. I have three kids. So if I'm somewhere with a group of men and it's single men, men with no kids, men with kids, you know, all kinds of, you know, guys. And someone hops up, hey, attention all married men with 3 kids, you know, or attention all married men with kids. I'm gonna go, reason why it's gonna hit me, why? Because I can identify with that, because that it identifies with my egoic label. That's who I am.
Okay. Okay.
And someone would come to me and for example, like father is an egoic label, mother is an egoic label, Christian entrepreneur is an egoic label, something we can identify ourselves with. And the reason why, you know, if someone would come up to me and say, you're not a father, I'm like, you're out your mind. Because I know who I am. I am a father. And I would defend that. You're not a father. What?
Mhm.
Because that's my egoic label. So when you really get, you know, deep, and I'm sure you can ask now, is you want to use egoic labels and also in your dog whistle or your call out, because that's going to allow people to say, the key thing to marketing is you want folks, you guys remember that commercial, at least I think it was in the late 80s, but it was a Sure deodorant commercial, but the thing was, raise your hands if you're sure. You guys,
Oh, I do.
remember that? Yeah, raise your hands, right? That's what we want our audience to do, is that when we're speaking our message, we want them to be like, Barbara's talking right to me, right? And you want them to raise their hand to self-select themselves.
The emotional marketing yesterday really helped me. I have lots of notes
Oh,
on that.
wow.
Lots of notes. And it really taught me that you need to focus on the benefits, not the features. I mean, the features, they're all day long, but the benefits of having retired, most people don't have enough money saved up for retirement. And
That's fact.
yeah, that's a fact.
Yes.
And I wanted to zero in on the Christian women over 50 but the benefit is having a fun retirement instead of a penny pinching one where you have to, you know, not have any fun with the grandkids or anything like that. So it really shifted my mind, and I appreciate this exercise. It shifted my mind to focus more on what they're going to get out of it. And they're just looking for a vehicle to get there.
Exactly.
And that's what I want to offer.
Well, awesome. I love it. Well, did
Thank
that
you.
help? Did that help? Okay. Did that
Yep.
help you? Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, cool.
My
And also,
camera working is the best. The help.
exactly. Now I can see you. Now you're here. Now, you know, you was here, but now you're really here. So congratulations, getting that figured out. There's nothing we can't do. We got brains. Technology
Well,
does it.
I got Google. I kept Googling it. So
Exactly. I love it. Oh, and then one thing too, I want to share with you guys all as well, because we're almost time to move to our general training. You remember yesterday when I mentioned that on Friday, I was going to give an offer, right? And everything like that. Well, what we're going to do on tomorrow, we're going to share the application. And since you guys are in VIP, you get the first dibs at it to be able to just show up to hear the offer I'm going to share with you on Friday. All right. And so I was going to give you a heads up on that. And it's going to be about my program. And here's the deal. I'll be honest with you. Application, do not send any money, because, you know, this is not by you sending money on the application. If you do send us money, we're going to send the money back to you. All right. It's simply to get pre-qualified to hear the offer I'm going to share with you on Friday. And on that offer, when I do make, we're only allowing 2 people in the program. I'm all about quality and not necessarily quantity. And I think we got about 13 people, I think, is in the group right now. So, but only 2 people will even be selected for the program, my coaching program that I would share with you guys on Friday. But in order to hear that offer, you still have to submit an application. All right. So we're going to be sharing that tomorrow. All right. And you guys in VIP, we get the first dibs on that. So, so I just want to give you a heads up on that. We'll be sharing that with you all on tomorrow. Cool beans?
yes.
Awesome. All right. Cool. Well, hey, it looks like it's about that time. Yeah, I think we're almost about that time. So awesome. So Eunice, do you need to give me back the hosting option, or are we good? I'm not sure. Okay. But all right. If not, I guess we will get started. You sent it back? Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, cool. All right, guys. So hey, let's get started for day 2. I'm excited to share this with you. So let's see. Original sound from musician on. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna share my screen with you all. And we're gonna get started for day number 2. Hey, my friend, this is 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐥𝐿, and welcome to the Client Attraction 5-Day Challenge. This week's going to be an awesome week together. We're going to learn how to stand out in the crowded market, begin to attract dream clients who are already looking for what you have to offer, and stop hustling and grinding from every sale, and begin to create a system that can consistently bring in new business for you. I look forward to an awesome week together with you. And in this video here, I'm going to go over the expectations for this week so that way we're all on the same page. Number 1, be professional at all times. This is a professional environment. So treat this as a professional environment 24/7 so that way we maintain a great experience. There'll be no spamming or soliciting business in the community is allowed whatsoever. If you're found out that you're spamming people or pitching your business to other people in the group, we will remove you from the challenge, and there will be no refund as well. So no spamming or soliciting business in the community from other members in the challenge. Also, no cursing allowed. We want to make this environment as if that a 10-year-old could come and experience this as well, my friend. So no cursing is allowed in the group. No cursing in any of your videos, any of your posts, anything like that. So again, let's maintain professionalism that a kid can actually receive the value from this as well and won't be offended by a certain language that we use as well. In addition, the replays will be available in the Facebook group for 24 hours until the next session begins. So the training sessions are streamed into the Facebook group, and they'll be up for 24 hours until we begin the next session, and then it's taken down. VIP members. All VIP members will get access to the full VIP sessions and the training session replays in the members area for this week. So you're a VIP experience member, you get access to all the training sessions and all the private VIP session recordings and replays in our members area for the week of the challenge. And we also have included for you a daily downloadable exclusive workbook. Every single day, we're going to post a workbook for the day in the Facebook group at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. And you will see that workbook under the featured tab in the group. So download the workbook because it's going to help you follow along each lesson that I will be sharing with you during our challenge as well. So make sure you download the workbook, and it's going to be an awesome tool to use in the challenge. And also, you can upgrade to the VIP experience. VIP experience will allow you to not only get more bonuses, but also you get personal direct access to me to get all your questions answered during this week, because trust me, the stuff I'm going to be teaching and training, you will have questions. And plus you're going to have some questions probably outside of the challenge, and I'll be able to answer those as well. I charge $3,000 an hour for one-on-one coaching and consulting. However, you can get the VIP experience for way less than $3,000 an hour. And with the VIP experience, you're gonna get 5 days of marketing and sales training. Also, you get access, to the group. You get the How to Sell Without Selling, the 6-Figure Plus Mindset Makeover. You get a behind-the-scenes look at my business growth strategies that I only share with my current Rapid Success System clients. You get to compete in the team contest, and also you get to ask questions, watch and learn from other members during the VIP private Zoom session that we have right before the general training sessions. So here you get direct feedback, you get direct coaching, and this is an additional hour of time that you're going to get every single day and direct access to me. So that way all your questions are answered, you are crystal clear in the direction you need to go in your business. So we put the link in the chat, and you can upgrade to the VIP experience by simply going to 𝐓𝐨𝐻𝑒𝐑clients.com or clicking the link you see in the chat right now, because this would definitely be the next level for you. And the VIP experience comes with a better than 10 times money back guarantee as well. What that means is that you show for the sessions with your camera on, you're engaged the entire week during the VIP sessions. After this challenge is over, if you don't think it was worth 10 times what you paid for it, we'll refund you and let you keep the VIP bonuses as well.
So the VIP experience is definitely the next level to get to maintain the best experience doing your challenge as well. And if you have any questions, email us at support@𝐂𝐡𝐴.com. Do not post any support questions in the Facebook group. We want to keep the group focused on the challenge. So any kind of support questions or inquiries you may have, send an email to support@𝐂𝐡𝐴.com and make a commitment to go all out to get the best experience possible. What you put in is what you're going to get out. So if you put in very little, you're going to receive very little. So make a commitment that you're going to show up this week in a powerful way. And I promise you, it will be the best experience possible. And you'll be so glad that you did. And realize this is a challenge. This is not a course. This is not a class. This is not just some little random, web class or webinar or anything like that. This is a challenge. I'm going to challenge you this week. So be prepared. You will have homework every day. You will have action activities every day. And I'm going to challenge you to be the very best entrepreneur possible that you can this week. So be ready for a challenge. It's going to bring out the very best in you and allow you to go to a whole other level that you did not even think was possible. So I look forward to experiencing this challenge with you this week, my friend. Let's go. Let's have an awesome week together, and let's get this party started.
Shalonda Bell, and I'm just coming before you right now just to give you a quick testimonial about Mr. Chris Harrell and his amazing programs. I actually ran across Mr. Chris Harrell maybe in the end of last year, where he had, I think it may have been a Facebook ad, and the language that he was speaking, it actually resonated with me. The terms he was using, it allowed me to be like, wow, okay, I'm not the only one that's out here that has the same vision. And so I began to look more into it, and I realized that he was offering a free masterclass. And so I took the free masterclass. It may have been a 7-day masterclass, I think. And when I noticed that the 7 days had passed, he was still giving out information. So it's like we went over 7 days. We may have went to like 10 days, but that's just how good it was. We did not want to leave. And it was so amazing to me how the class was free, which he could have actually charged thousands of dollars for that class, but he didn't. He actually gave that class and offered it for free. So that spoke volumes to me. That let me know the type of person he was. And so with that being said, I decided to take his next class. And it was amazing as well. And I just graduated on to his one of his main signature programs, which is called God's Masterpiece. That community is amazing. He is amazing. The things that he teaches us about marketing our businesses is amazing. It's just this overall greatness. And when I realized the accountability that I needed, that was the main reason why I wanted to take the class, because of the accountability part of it, because he makes sure that you do the work. He makes sure that he instructs you and show you how to do the work. Because a lot of times, if you're new to the space, you're not going to know everything, but he actually helps you. And he directs you and guides you. He's not one of those people that take your money and then just leave you out there and you're just reading the course by yourself. He actually meet with us every weekend and make sure that we are accountable and we're able to do the work. So I'm excited about this God's Masterpiece program, and I hope and I know you will be excited as well.
Awesome. All right, so we're here with Shalonda. She did her very first live virtual event. And you were saying that you definitely, we'll go through the numbers here in a minute, but you were saying the experience was good to get it out the way, right? You're glad you didn't put it off, right?
Yes, I definitely learned a lot going through the whole experience for the first time. 3 of them registered for VIP, and 1 of them asked about the package.
So yeah, so 3 VIP sales in 1 class. So those numbers hold true. Remember I mentioned that your clients will typically come from the people who do VIP. Right. Because those are the ones who are more vested and more interested, and the ones who are more serious. I'm just crushing it, guys. She's doing a phenomenal job, guys. And like I said, and you're one of the people who did 6 figures with this.
Yes.
So, guys, that's
consistent. I did the work, and I stayed consistent. I didn't give up. There were plenty of days that I wanted to give up, but I did not give up. I stayed the course, and you have to stay the course in order to get the success that you wanted.
All right. Welcome everybody, there we go, to day 2 of the Client Attraction Challenge. I am Chris Harrell, the Marketing Superman, and welcome to my home office here. I decided to take off my background, and as you can see inside my home office. All right. So, all right. So good deal. Are you guys doing good? How's everybody doing? Give me a wave. You guys will be on Zoom right now. Let me see. Give me a wave. Give me a wave. And good afternoon. Doesn't meet yourself right now. Give me a greet. Give me a shout. It's good afternoon. It's still good. I know it's still morning for some of you guys. Some of you guys might be evening time, depending on where you're located in the world. But let me hear your voices. Let me hear your voices right now. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Morning.
Good afternoon. Good
All
afternoon.
right. All right. Morning, afternoon. Good to see you all. And you came back. So when you come back after day one, that tells me that you are committed, you're serious, right? And you want more of this Southern West Coast country proper accent put together. Right. But welcome. I'm glad to see you all. What an awesome VIP session we had today as well. Really, really, really cool. And I'm excited about what we share with you guys today on day two. All right. So man. And as I mentioned, we had a really great VIP session today as well. I think all of them are going to be great. And what I like to do really quick before you actually move into today's training that I have for you is I got to get one person who was on the VIP today and maybe got a chance to speak with me directly and just kind of share a nugget from your experience in the VIP session today, and if it was valuable for you, anything like that. So just one person who would like to come out and share that if the VIP session was valuable to you, or share an aha or a nugget that you actually received from the session today. Who would like to just come out and share just a quick aha nugget with everyone?
I will. Hi, this is Monique. I
You
will.
share, Monique? All right, Monique. Awesome. Oh, yeah, come on and share your experience today in the VIP session.
I took the initiative and I did most of the homework, but what the nugget that I got from him was about being omnipresent across the platforms. It's like you showing up or putting your material out across the varied platforms. So that was one of the nuggets that I got from there, was being like omnipresent, with what it is that you're with your business and your content. So that's what I would like to share. And it's
Awesome.
great. It is great. It's helping me to show more for myself in my business. So I want to thank you for that.
Awesome. Yeah. Appreciate you coming out, Monique, and sharing that. So VIP is definitely worth it, right? Awesome. All right. Well, cool. Cool beans, guys. Well, hey, I'm excited. Got some good nuggets to share with you all on today's session. And before we dive into it, really quick too, I have an announcement I need to share with you all, so I don't want to forget this. Do you remember on day one, I mentioned that on Friday, I'm gonna give you an offer, right? Well, tomorrow we're actually gonna drop an application, okay? And the way it works is you have to complete the application in order to be considered to show up to see the offer on Friday. Now here's the deal: when we drop the application, I always shared this with our VIPs earlier, but when you drop the application, right, do not send me any money. All right, do not send any money with this. If you send me money with this, we're gonna send the money back. All right, the application is simply for you to complete in order for you to be able to see the offer that we're going to share with you on Friday. That's it. All right. So do not send any money. You can keep the application in order to get the invite to attend the offer session we're going to share with you on Friday. And the way it's going to work is this. I'm being upfront and transparent with you. I think we got about 12, 13 people in our challenge group right now. Right. So we're only going to allow 2 people to enroll in the program. Okay. Because I'm not one of those people online who are all about quantity. They get a bunch of people in all these groups and 99% of them don't get any results because there's way too many people, right? They're just worried about their numbers. So we do a lot of hand selecting. And so we're about quality instead of quantity. And so that way we know our clients to get the best results. And so I'm that way on purpose. where we don't have programs with thousands of people in there, because we already know that 99% are not going to get any results. I've been a part of this program, but I'm sure you guys have been a part of programs like that as well, right? So, but it's only 2 people will be allowed to join the program. However, you have to submit an application. If you don't submit an application, then you already have disqualified yourself. So congrats. You don't have to worry about seeing the offer, but you do have to submit an application in order to see the offer. All right, so we're going to drop that tomorrow. So we drop that tomorrow. Make sure you do it, and make sure that it's done. Your deadline to do that would be Friday morning by 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. But you get it tomorrow, just do it. Don't procrastinate. Don't delay. All right, so just want to put that out there right now as well. So be looking for that tomorrow. All right, so day 2. So day 2. All right, so day 2, guys, we're going to talk about marketing strategies, okay, and begin to crafting messages that convert. All right, marketing strategies and crafting messages. I'm gonna put my iPad over here, that convert. All right, awesome. So if you got your workbooks, go ahead and open up your workbooks and follow along with me here. Marketing strategies, Tuesday, day 2. And what is marketing? What is marketing? Well, marketing is the process of attracting the right people to your business by communicating the value of your products or services, building trust, and guiding potential clients toward taking action. All right, that's marketing. Okay, what is strategy? Strategy simply is a plan of action or policy designed to achieve a major or overall aim, time to develop a coherent economic strategy. Okay, if tactics determine what to do, strategies determine when and why you do it. And strategy without tactics is the slowest road to victory. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. Sun Tzu said that. All right. So understand there's 4 levels of learning. Therefore, there must be 4 levels of teaching. A teacher who can't teach on all 4 levels will create a class of confused and a frustrated student. And I learned that from my mentor, Myron Golden. All right. What is mastery? Mastery is the ability to execute effortlessly without the use of conscious resource. See, when you master something, guys, you don't even have to think about it anymore. It becomes, see, our minds, we have 2 minds, and both are built, differently. We have a normal conscious mind and a subconscious mind. Well, your subconscious mind is on autopilot. It's automatic. It's all about how it's being programmed and conditioned, because when you do those things automatically, you don't even have to think about it. So mastery is the ability to execute effortlessly without the use of conscious resources. The purpose of this challenge is to get you on the road to developing mastery in your business. All right. So today we dive into the core of effective marketing, crafting messages that don't just inform, but convert. The goal isn't just to get your message out. It's to make it so powerful that it moves people to take action. That's good. Why is that so good? Because people are in 2 states. People are in 2 states. All right. People are in 2 states. Either the state of momentum or the state of inertia. Most people that you're going to encounter, I can't help but start teaching right now. Most people you're going to encounter are in the state of inertia, meaning that they're not moving, right? And your job is going to be able to move people from inertia to momentum, because most people are inundated and most people are so mesmerized by social media and television, and they're so caught up in the lives of other people, and where their minds are like dumbed down. Media has dumbed down people. Media controls the way people think. Am I right about it? If you don't think media controls the way people think, what do you think is going on right now in a political season for those of us who live in the US of A? You got one channel that tells you to vote this way. You got one channel that tells you to vote another way, right? And people are always combating, fighting one another, and they don't realize they've been brainwashed and programmed to think a certain kind of way. So most people you're going to encounter are affected in living in a state of inertia. And through good messaging, your messaging has to move people from a state of inertia to a state of momentum, where they're moving and taking action. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So your ideal clients are flooded with information daily. So your message needs to speak. Your message needs to stand out, grab their attention, and speak directly to their needs. So today we'll focus on how to create clarity in your messaging. You'll learn to craft headlines that stop people in their tracks, value propositions that resonate with their desires, and call to actions that drive real results. But in today, you know how to create messages that connect, resonate, and most importantly, convert. So let's get started. So the first thing is we have to speak directly to your ideal client. If you look at the scripture, Habakkuk 2:2, it says, write down the revelation and make it plain on tablets so that a herald, Christopher Herald, right? But no, so that a herald may run with it, right? This verse emphasizes the importance of a clear communication, okay? You see, just as Habakkuk was instructed to make the message clear, God said, make it clear, make it plain. Your marketing messages should be clear and direct so your audience can actually act and move on them. So the first key to crafting messages that convert is clarity. If your message isn't clear, your audience won't know what to do next. They will stay in that state of inertia where they're not moving. A confused mind stands still. A confused mind doesn't move. If they don't move, guess what? We all lose. They lose because what? Because guess what? They can't solve their problems. And guess what? You'll lose. Why? Because you can't solve their problems for them because they can't solve their own. They can't move to solve their problems through you. So if your message isn't clear, your audience won't know what to do next. This is about cutting through the noise online. The internet is a noisy place. And speaking directly to your ideal client's core needs. If you want to cut through the clutter, you got to look at the internet as like government cheese. Now, I didn't grow up that poor where my family needed government cheese and food stamps. We wasn't rich by any stretch of imagination, right? We just barely, but I had cousins that grew up that poor where they had food stamps and government cheese. And I remember going over one of my cousin's house and he made me a grilled cheese sandwich. I thought I was eating bricks. I was like, what? And that's how thick that government cheese was. So you need to think about the internet. It's noisy. A lot of folks are making a lot of noise online. So you have to begin to speak in a way that cuts through all that noise if you want to reach your audience. Okay? Does that make sense? Think of the internet like this. Okay. Think of the internet like this. Okay. And these are people. And again, majority of these people are in a state of inertia. Inertia means they're an object at rest will remain at rest until or unless it's acted on by an outside force. That's the law of inertia. The folks who you're trying to reach, they're stuck in this hogwash of people. So your job through proper messaging is to get these people out of this, to begin to move, right? So it's important that you don't come off doing what the rest is doing, sounding like the masses. Saying the same thing, doing the same thing, acting the same way, promoting the same way, posting the same way, talking the same way. This is like a parrot. Because these folks won't hear it because they're stuck here in the matrix, right? So it's important that we get crystal clear and carve out our space to pull these folks out of this hogwash. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Type in the chat that makes sense. Yes or yes? That makes sense? Awesome. All right. So get back here. So the first thing is understand your audience core problems and desires. And by core, That means that you're in the essential. You must address their primary problems your audience faces and the specific outcomes they want to achieve. It's not enough just to know their pains and challenges. You need to know, what do they want to achieve? What do they want to accomplish? What is their desired outcome, right? These are the core issues. Once you touch this, you can begin to create messaging that resonates deeply with them. So what are their deepest pains? What are their deepest desires? What are their fears? People fear things and they may not publicize those fears, but you have to know what those fears are. Because if you can address those fears, you're standing out to them. They can hear you and all that mess of people, that mass of people, that massive noise, that it's like white noise online. There's so much stuff where people just can't hear, but they will hear you, right? So, and what are the dreams? It could be a fear of failure. It could be the desire for freedom, right? People, these are the things deep down inside that make people toss and turn at night, right? These are the things, the deep secrets they only share with their closest friends or their spouses, right? Because they're too ashamed or too prideful to make it public. But it's the thing that makes them antsy, right? Or some folks have this deep down pain of not reaching their potential. You know how many folks, and I used to be this way, you know, statistics say that 80% of people hate what they do for a living. You guys have ever heard that? It's probably higher today. Because why do they hate what they do for a living? And some of them, most of them got college degrees because they feel what they're doing is not maximizing their potential. So, and they have this deep-rooted pain, which they cover up by working harder, or we good at pretending, but they put on a mask every day. They go into some office for 10, 12 hours a day, and they come home and drink, smoke, shoot up, whatever they do to numb that pain, or be entertained, watch sports, watch television. They want to numb their brain and watch other successful people, right? But deep down inside, they're going through torment because they realize, I'm not. What am I doing here? Like, I'm just existing. Like. So there are folks right now who are deep in pain for not reaching their potential. So you have to identify these triggers, and when you do, you can begin to craft those messages that speak directly to their emotional needs, making your offer much more appealing. Second thing is focus on one clear message. Ooh, see, too many marketing messages, trying to be the end all be all, trying to hit every pain point that somebody has, actually hits no pain points. So stop trying to say everything at once. Stop trying to be Captain Save Him. Stop trying to be Jesus. The only one Jesus, and Jesus actually had a very specific core message. You need to narrow down to a single powerful idea that communicates the value that you bring and the problems that you solve, and most importantly, the transformation you can give to somebody, or the benefit that they will receive by working with you. See, it's something that I teach all my clients, all my programs. I have a $40,000 inner circle coaching program. I have an $18,000 rep success program. I have another program out there. I have a $40,000 program, $18,000 program, and a $5,000 coaching program. All those programs are focused on something I call the 111 formula. 1-1-1 formula. The 111 formula. Okay. And the 111 formula is simple. You want to write this down. It's focused on a singular focus. One message, one funnel, one offer. It has a singular focus. A big mistake people make is online is trying to have too many things going on at once, or trying to solve too many problems at once. Once I simplified my business model and I stopped trying to be Captain Save Him, I used to have stuff. I used to try to solve 40 problems at once. Because I thought, hey, I can help him do this. I can help him do that. I can help him do this. I can help him do that. I can, you know, I'm like, and I used to put it out there, blah, you know, it was just everywhere on people. And it was lukewarm response. And I'm like, what's the problem? I can help you do all these different things. But once I got a singular focus and I stripped down my core message to one core benefit that I'm gonna give my audience, then things change for me. So you need to have a single clear message to make it easier for your audience to remember. Because see, we know what we have to offer, but our audience doesn't really know. So if you tell them too much, if you throw up all over them and tell them all the things you can help them do at once, they don't even know where to start. But if they know you can help me solve this one thing first, and you help solve that one thing first, now they be interested in the next thing you can solve. Does that make sense? So a single clear message is easier to remember for you, and it was easier to remember for your audience, and it more likely would get them to move and take action. Cut through all the overwhelm they feel online. And the next is use their language to build trust. See, your audience uses specific words to describe their pain points and desires. When you use those same words in your marketing, it builds immediate rapport and shows that you understand their situation. So you need to know exactly how they talk, exactly how they phrase their struggles. You need to know those exact words because you should flip and reverse that and use it in the marketing, right? When you do this, you make them feel understood. People simply want to feel understood. If you can make them feel understood, then they begin to build more trust with you. And it makes what you say much more relatable. It makes it much more actionable. One of the biggest challenges that I see with a lot of people, especially like I have some clients who come on board over the years, and it's funny, some of the biggest challenges I had with certain clients is the ones who are highly educated. Like I had some clients who come on, they got PhDs, right? And they want to grow, launch or grow their consulting coaching program, right? They want to scale it because they're struggling because they don't understand marketing and sales online. They know what they know. They've been to school, they got all these PhDs, they got more letters, than the mailman, right? But they don't understand how online marketing and sales work. And what happens is when I'm coaching them, because see, when I'm coaching my clients, 90% of stuff I'm coaching you is going to be counterintuitive to what you know. Because if I told you what you know and you understood it, you'll be doing it already. So 90% of stuff I'm coaching you to do is going to be counterintuitive. If you want to build a six-figure business, build a multiple six-figure business, I'm going to tell you some things that probably you're not doing, because if you already knew how to do it, you already have those results, if that makes sense. But sometimes I get some pushback from my highly educated people because they got all this institutionalized knowledge. They've been to school for 39 years, or 5,000 years, right? And they're like, well, in college in 1985, we do, and it's like, it doesn't work that way online. I said, cut that PhD language off using these, 25 letter words. Your audience doesn't understand that. You need to talk to them as you're talking to a fifth grader. I said, I won't say dumb it down, but basically you have to water it down if you want to reach people. If not, they're not going to see you relatable. And what you said is going to go over their head and you're going to continue to struggle. So you got to make sure that you are taking their language that they are expressing about their pains and challenges and desires and outcomes, and say it right back to them in a way that positions your offer as a solution. Does that make sense? Yes, yes? Awesome. Then the next thing we'll move to is you got to strengthen your value proposition. In other words, you have to make it unforgettable. Who seen that? Was that Nat King Cole? I think, remember that song, Unforgettable? Was that Nat King Cole, her dad? All right.
Yeah, that was Nat King Cole.
I thought so. I thought my music discography was still on point. All right. But you got to make it unforgettable for them. So Romans 12:2 says, do not be conformed to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the what? Renewing of your mind. See, this verse highlights the concept of what? Transformation, which is a key to a strong value proposition. Your marketing message should focus on how your offer will transform your clients' lives. Your value proposition should do more. Oops. Your value proposition should do more than explain what you do. Ooh. All right. It needs to convey why your offer is a solution that they need. This involves focusing on the outcome and transformation you provide, making your offer irresistible. People today do not want more information. If you want information, you can go to Google. You want more information, you can go to YouTube. People today do not want more information. People today want transformation. And this is how you do it. First, focus what? On the outcomes, not the features. See, most people focus on the features of their product or service, but what clients really care about is a result they will achieve. Right? So you got to highlight the outcome that makes your offer and make your offer much more enticing and relevant to them. In other words, what's the payoff? What are they going to get by buying your products or services? Most people focus on what your stuff can do and not what they will get. People don't buy your product or service because they want your product or service. Ooh, you need to write that down. People do not buy your product or service because they want your product or service. They can care less about your product or service. They buy your product or service. Why? Because they want the outcome they hope to get from it. So you got to highlight the transformation or the end result your clients would get by experiencing, working with you, because they only care about that. And that's why we'll talk about this more tomorrow. But that's why price doesn't really matter. And we'll talk about that more tomorrow. I'm going to leave it at that. All right. But people care more about the results they're going to get than the details of your product or service. So you got to focus on the outcome that makes your offer feel more valuable. Second one, address their pain points and desires. Okay. You should have a list, of everything they're going through, all the problems and challenges they have, and also the desired outcomes and goals and dreams they want to achieve. Because if this is expressed to them, it allows folks to feel like your offer is a solution they've been looking for. Remember, feel. Buying is an emotional experience first. People feel a certain kind of way first about you. Okay? People feel a certain kind of way, about what you're offering. Understand, it's feeling first. See, 97% of people out there today who don't have a six-figure plus business are appealing to logic and try to convince people to buy. And we'll help fix this week as well, right? But that's not what's going to move people. First is how your offer makes them feel. So speak to their pain points and how your audience feels and how you can solve their problem. And when your value proposition begins to connect to their emotions, it becomes much more compelling and helps them see how your offer meets their needs. That makes sense. Yes or yes? That makes sense? Yes? Awesome. And third point here, keep it simple and specific. What's that phrase? Keep it, some people say keep it simple, stupid, but keep it simple and specific. It's better. All right. It's much more pleasant, and you can share that everyone and won't offend people, right? But why is it so important? Our minds and brains, let me share this with you. Number one, you ever found people, and maybe you guys believe this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Multitasking is a myth. doing multiple things at the same time and expecting you're going to be highly effective at all those three things is a lie. God has wired our brains in a way, God has wired our bodies in a way, but we cannot do multiple things at the exact same time or take so much complex things at the exact same time and be effective at all those things at the exact same time. It's impossible. So you need to keep everything simple with people and very specific. So you got to be clear, easy to understand. You got to ask yourself, is what I'm saying filled with too much jargon? Am I trying to sound too educated? Am I trying to sound too cool? Because people don't care about that mess. You do, but they don't. But guess what? You don't buy your own stuff. If you do, something's wrong with you. But, right? So since you're not going to buy your own stuff, you need to make sure that the folks who are and are willing and able to buy your stuff can relate to it. But if it's too ambiguous, if you got too much jargon and all this other, you got a bunch of big words trying to sound cool and awesome, they won't grasp it. They won't see the benefits of it. And guess what? They won't move on it. So make your value proposition clear and to the point. Keep it simple, right? Get rid of jargon and make it simple for your audience to understand, because again, if they know exactly what they're going to gain from you, and you've clearly and concisely laid that out and clearly articulated that to them, let them know this is what you're going to gain and this is why you should act on it. All right. And third point, it's call to actions that drive results. James 2:7 says, in the same way, faith by itself, if it's not accompanied by action, is dead. So this is very powerful, because the scripture shows us that even with a clear message and a strong value proposition, your audience won't act until you tell them exactly what to do. People need to be told exactly what to do. You have to give people, you have to talk in a way, communicate in a way with people as if you're talking to a child. You talk to a child, you got to tell a child exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it. If you the biggest mistake you will make is assuming people know what they should do. If you assume, like you may do a post or do a video or do an email or do whatever, right? Do an event, and you assume, well, they're grown, they should know. No. And you assume, and guess what? You're not going to get the results you want. So never make the mistake of assuming that people know exactly what they should do. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? So you want to give people a strong call to action, that talks about, okay, here's your direct path forward. Here's what you need to do. One thing I had learned a while back, where it's like, you got to clearly tell people, here's what this is going to give you. Here's how you get it. And here's what to do next in order to get it. Right? And so people need that type of simplicity, or they won't move. And I don't care how grown they are. Because you gotta think, people's minds, people being inundated with so much stuff, where if you can make it so super, if you can put your stuff out there where folks don't have to think, the biggest challenge for folks today is actually thinking. Because people are so used to not thinking. Are you aware the very word amusement, means to take away in other words, take away your thinking? Entertainment is the same thing. I live in Dallas. Not until recently did I stop caring about the Cowboys. Like, I don't care about the Cowboys anymore. The only way I'm gonna care about the Dallas Cowboys, it never happened, because my youngest son plays AAU basketball and baseball. But if he played football, the only reason I would ever care about the Dallas Cowboys again would be if my son played for him. But he don't play football. But for years, I used to care so much about them. Right? And not until recently, I was like, why do I care? Why am I giving all my time, all my money, all my energy to care about people who are making millions and billions of dollars playing a freaking game who don't know me and I don't know them? It's because a lot of times it's because we want something to take us away from thinking. That's why we like amusement. We like entertainment. So realize most people's minds are conditioned that way. Some folks get a headache if they have to think. But thinking is the most powerful thing you can ever do in your business. But realize your audience, most of them are not thinking. So you don't want folks to be thinking, well, should I go left? Should I go right? Should I click here? Should I click there? Should I push this? You want to make it so simple where they don't have to think, because why? That's natural for most of them. Because the way most folks have been conditioned through society, through entertainment, through the media. All right. So you need a strong call to action that gives them a direct path forward and motivates them to take the next step. So be direct and specific. All right. Use clear languages. Sign up today. Book now. Go here. Click here. Right. Comment here. DM me here. Whatever the case may be. Very specific, simple language that leaves no doubt. So because you don't want to have folks have any kind of uncertainty and not taking action. So tell them exactly what they need to do. And also, this will increase the likelihood of them actually doing it. In other words, talk to them as if you're talking to a child. Next is create urgency. There's a difference between scarcity and urgency. I mentioned scarcity the other day. Urgency is different. Urgency is giving folks a reason to take action now, right? Here's why you should do it now. Because since people are conditioned to naturally procrastinate, we got to give them a reason to take action now. So it pushes folks to take action now. So make sure that you have some kind of urgency in there as well. And the third thing is highlight the benefit of taking action. See, I had to learn this a long time ago. From 2012 to like 2019, I struggled for years in my business, right? I didn't hit six figures until 2020, and I've done six figures and multiple six figures since. But prior to that, I was doing like 30 grand a year. And when I had to go back and examine it now, I'm like, it's because I was really I was doing stuff for my benefit. And a lot of times we make mistakes on pushing our products and services on people for our benefit. Why? Well, we want to pay our bills. We want to quit our job. We want to buy our new car. We want to go on our vacation. Well, we want to go and do these other things. And we're thinking about ourselves. Don't pay it, right? But we have to be able to communicate the reason for people to take action in a way is for their benefit. Because here's the deal. People are only going to move what benefits them. No matter how bad you want somebody to buy. Because you're like, man, I got my bill to pay. And I get it. I've been there. But they're not going to move based off what you want them to do for your benefit. So you got to frame your call to action around what they will gain or the result they're going to get by them acting. And that will increase the motivation for them to follow through. So they got to understand, what's the benefit of me acting now? What am I going to get by acting now? If you just say just buy now because you should buy now, they're going to be like, oh, okay, whatever. So frame your call to action around what they're going to get now and emphasize the benefit they're going to see and immediate value they're going to get. Ooh, this is good. This is one of my favorite topics. Mastering the art of persuasion. Mastering the art of persuasion. Proverbs 16:23 says, the heart of the wise make their mouths prudent, and their lips promote instruction. See, this verse highlights the importance of wisdom and thoughtful communication. It speaks to the idea that persuasion isn't about manipulation. Persuasion is not about manipulation. It's not about convincing, but about speaking wisely and using words that guide people toward the right actions. In marketing, ethical persuasion means using your words to help people see the value of your offer in a way that resonates and feels genuine. So in other words, using psychology to influence action, persuasion is a key component of marketing. When you understand how to use ethical persuasion techniques, you can guide your audience toward taking action. Most people live in a world of convincing. And convincing is not selling. Selling, I'm going to share with you later on this week, or my personal definition of selling, but selling also takes on persuasion and ethical persuasion. When you have to convince someone to buy, now you got to convince someone to stay. Like, so if you got to convince someone to join your program or buy your course or do whatever those things, you got to convince them now to actually show up and go to the program and show up and go to the course. You got to convince them to actually stick with it, right? And typically, for me in the past, when I had to try to convince people to buy, those be my worst clients and customers. Those be the ones who file false disputes with the credit card companies. They'll lie and say, I didn't buy that, and no, they done bought it, right? Because they didn't buy for their reasons. They weren't persuaded to buy for their reasons. They bought because they're like, good grief, okay, I'll just buy it, right? That's how network marketing was. Anybody here ever did network marketing? I know network marketing was more about convincing than it was persuading. And what would happen when you convince someone to join your downline? They may show up to 1 or 2 meetings. After that, they're done because they never wanted to join in the first place. They did it for you to stop harassing them. All right, Chris, hot dog, man, huh? Sign me up. And then 2 weeks later, you call them. There's no one's been disconnected. You guys remember the dirt? I don't know what it don't sound like that anymore, but because why? We're trying to convince someone. Selling is not convincing. Marketing, persuasion is a key component of marketing. So let's talk about mastering the art of persuasion. First thing is you have to leverage it's a word be challenging for me sometimes. Reciprocity. There you go. Reciprocity in your messaging. You got to leverage it. Reciprocity is a powerful psychological principle where people feel the need to return the favor after receiving some of value. This is a psychological principle that's true, right? Where people feel like if you give them some great value initially up front, then they feel a sense of obligation for responding back to you, right? So offer some of value to people. It could be a free resource. It could be a paid resource. Some of real value, a consult or some kind of exclusive content, right? In order to do it, to create a sense of goodwill and encourage your audience to engage with your offer. This is a psychological principle. This is not about manipulation. You don't manipulate people to do anything. We don't manipulate people to do anything. If you take this the wrong way toward manipulation, then that's a problem. Because we gotta do everything for the benefit of our audience. Everything you do has to be for the greater benefit of your audience. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? We don't do anything to manipulate people. All right. So when people feel like they receive some value from you, they're much more inclined to give that back to you by responding to your call to action. They will reciprocate that back to you, which leads to a higher engagement and conversions. Also, point 2, use authority to build credibility. See, people are much more likely to take action when they feel that the source they receive information from is authority in their field. So what you have to do by positioning yourself as a trusted expert, by positioning yourself as an authority, you increase the likelihood that your audience will believe in you and follow your recommendations and follow your action. So you have to position yourself or your brand as an expert. And it could be talking about your qualifications, your experiences, your success stories. And this matters so much. Why? Because authority builds trust. Okay? So when people see you as someone very knowledgeable, when people see you as someone who's very credible, right? They're more than likely to follow your advice and take action. Now, here's the deal. I need to put this out here too. Because some folks say, well, what if I don't have this following? I don't have 1 million followers on Instagram. I don't have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I don't have all these, followers on social media. You don't need all that. So don't let that lie stop you from taking this action. All you need to do to be seen now, on Friday, I'm going to share a specific process, a specific sales process you can use to be positioned as an authority faster than anything else today. How many of you would like to know that? Friday, I'm going to share a specific sales process that you use. It will position you as an authority faster than anything else today. I'm going to share it with you on Friday. But understand this. You don't need 1 million followers on Instagram. You don't need 1 million subscribers on YouTube. You don't got to have this huge following. All you got to be, and all you have to know is be 1 to 2 steps ahead of your audience. As long as you're 1 or 2 steps ahead of them, and you know 1 or 2 things more than what they know, now you can begin to position yourself as an expert and authority in their minds. You don't got to have a gazillion followers and all this stuff. Did they help somebody? Because a lot of folks be like, I don't have all these followers. The social media likes all these gurus. So what? You don't need it. All you got to be positioning your audience mind is knowing 1 or 2 things more than them. All right. And number 3, create a sense of commitment and consistency. See, this is huge because when someone commits to a small action, they're more likely to follow through with a larger action. Why is this? Well, here's the deal. People prefer to act consistently with past behavior. That's how we are wired, right? So when someone commits to a small action, they're more likely to follow through with a larger action that remains inconsistent with that initial commitment. We don't like to do anything that's inconsistent with ourselves. The last thing you and I want is to be inconsistent with ourselves. Is to be out of alignment. Is to be out of integrity with ourselves. The very word integrity means 1. It comes from the root word integer, which we use in mathematics. It means 1. And actually the root comes from God, because God's a God of integrity. He says, I'm the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. So God doesn't change. So to be made in the image of God, that same attribute is in us. And so we don't want to be out of integrity with ourselves. So if people have made a small commitment initially, they want to continue making those commitments. Why? Because they don't want to be a contradiction to themselves. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? That makes sense? Yes or yes? So encourage small, low barrier commitments. It could be, a poll or free newsletter, which increases the likelihood of bigger decisions, like purchasing your services, because people just want to stay in alignment with themselves. And once your audience is taking a small step, they're more likely to remain consistent and take further actions, like purchasing, since they already committed to engaging with you. And when you give people attention, when you get their attention, clarify, connect, and compel. Clarify, connect, and compel. Clarify your message with them. It should be no doubt what you can do, what you stand for, and you should have a concise, succinct message for your audience to be able to receive. If I got to ask you what you do, and you got to go to a whole backstory, we're back in 1999, and all that. Well, if you got to do all that, then you got some more work to do. So clarify your message, connect with your audience desires, know exactly what they want, their desires, their outcomes, their dreams, their goals, the things they want to achieve. That means everything to them. How would they feel when people see them achieving this, being recognized or getting a certain achievement in their life, and compel them to take action. Faith without works is dead. So we have to compel folks to move, because we are naturally, in our fallen state, we naturally do the things that we shouldn't do that hurt us more. Like we naturally pass and say no to the things that we should say yes to. Then we naturally say yes to the things we should say no to. And most folks rather stay in Egypt. Most folks rather stay in bondage. Most folks rather stay in discomfort instead of getting uncomfortable going through the wilderness on their way to the promised land. Why? Because it's new to them. People are used to being stuck. People are used to being in pain. People are used to not getting the results they want. They're used to that. So we got to compel them to move, to leave that law of inertia and begin to move into a law of momentum, a state of momentum. Which the law states what? An object in motion will remain in motion until or unless it's acted on by an outside force. So we got to get folks to move into momentum. It's our job to do that. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Awesome. So here's your homework. You're going to revise your call to action. So what do? Go through your recent emails. You should have some emails or social media posts, right? And rewrite your call to action. And make sure it's more direct, make sure it's urgent and benefit driven. You take a screenshot of it and post it in the group. Also, rewrite your headlines. It can be a headline or to anything, any kind of message you put out there. But take one of your current headlines and rewrite it to focus on a specific problem or desired outcome your audience has. And number 3, get clear on your value proposition. Okay? What you need to go back and do is review your current value proposition and reduce it to one simple, clear statement that explains the transformation you offer. You have to get one clear statement. And if you haven't done so yet, do the public declaration challenge. All right, do that challenge and post a video in the group and as well. Books to order. Influenced by Robert Cialdini. Again, the link there is my Amazon store. Go to my Amazon store to get these books. Also, get How to Write Copy That Sells by Ray Edwards. Also, Wealth, Riches, and Money by Craig Hill and Earl Pitts. And Doing Business God's Way by Dennis Peacock. Again, you can get all these books here at Amazon.com/shop/Chris the Sales Coach. And you go there and get those. And again, reminder about tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to drop the application. So again, make sure you complete it. That way you can come and see the offer I'm going to share with you guys on Friday as well. All right. So that is it, folks. That is it. So I enjoyed it today. Do your homework, do the action activity, and I will see you all, God willing, on tomorrow for day 3. All right. God bless you guys. Remember this, put God first in all you do, and you too shall succeed. See y'all tomorrow for day 3. Bye-bye.